Well, if you're looking for a good night of food, fun, dinner, dancing, music, California Club is a great place to start. Joining me from the California Club, I want to welcome our guests, Carol Romero and Louis Bilowitz. Thanks for joining us, guys.
You're welcome.
So you guys have kind of revamped the club a little bit, right? Tell me a little bit of what you're doing in terms of like the dress code and the kind of the things you guys are bringing to the club. And you're our new president, so let's start here.
I will start. I joined this club about 8.5 years ago, and it was something really beautiful and special. The ladies dressed in their gowns, the men wore their tuxes and the suits, and it was all ballroom dancing. But times change. It's 8 years later. If we want to survive, we have to not only respect the older people whose shoulders we built this club on, but we have to attract the younger ones. And the younger people, 70 and under, grew. Oh, I can't believe I called them.
The younger, all those youth.
Yeah, they're the kids. The kids. The kids here grew up in an era that was so different than ours. Mm-hmm. Those of us that are 75, 85, older, we had different music, different way of thinking. Mm-hmm. The younger people don't want to put on a suit. The guys don't want a sport coat, or if they do, no tie. Mm-hmm. They never went ballroom dancing. So we either go downhill or we invent ourselves so that we appeal to the younger ones and still bridge that gap so that we appeal to the older ones. So we're making some radical changes. The first one's going to be our dress code. Okay, we are going to be dressy casual, which means nice slacks, nice shirt for men. We won't be allowing people in. We don't want people coming, let's say that way, in warm-ups. No Lululemons. They may anyway, or flip-flops. We just want to have it look nice, and so we're going to request that people, stay with our dress code. But if some people want to wear something dressier, they're welcome to.
Right.
Okay. We're not going to turn anybody away, and we want to appeal to everybody, and whatever they like, that'll work.
So it's a business casual kind of thing, and up.
Exactly. And up. You can make it dressier, you just can't go the other way.
Right. Exactly. So we got some good shows coming up. Talk about our December show. You got the big holiday show coming up? Who wants to talk about that? Yeah, please do.
Well, we are very happy to sponsor at the Performing Arts Center the music of Stevie Wonder. Mm-hmm. And this is not an impersonator of Stevie Wonder. This is a tribute to the prolific, beautiful music he wrote, mm-hmm. and it was prolific.
Oh, yeah.
And all of his music carried this theme of peace and love and understanding and inspiration. So we have a very inspirational group to bring us this music. It's a group of 10 highly talented performers, and they are aptly called Higher Ground.
Okay.
And Stevie Wonder actually wrote the song Higher Ground.
Sure, absolutely.
So they are going to be bringing us this music that night, and it will be inspiring and uplifting.
Mm-hmm. And how do you guys come around the groups that you find, like the Stevie Wonder and the other acts you bring in?
How do we what?
How do you find them? Where do you go? Do they say
that
this
is
you?
due to our very talented committee duo.
We have a couple of people who are excellent at what they do, and they'll spend hours on YouTube looking at different groups. They'll come up with an idea of who they'd like to hire, and then they'll listen to different ones that perform before they hire them. And the people that we do, Sharon and Dave, they're very good at what they do.
You guys bring people back that hey, these guys were great, they're coming back. Do you have kind of some regulars in the club?
We try to have at least a couple of years in between. Uh-huh. We want to make sure we have great attendance, and we don't want someone to say, well, we saw them last year.
Oh, okay.
And not only that, there's so much entertainment out there that we don't have to do that. Sometimes we want to because they're so good, but we put it out sometime in the future. Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say about this show that there's still time to get tickets.
Absolutely.
And there are seats still available at the PAC. It's December 2nd.
Okay.
So I really want to encourage people to go. This is going to be a beautiful evening.
Mm-hmm. And dinner and the whole shebang?
Not this
That's
night.
just the show right there?
This is at the PAC.
Right, that's the PAC.
The dinner is our monthly ones, and
Okay.
speaking of the dinner, We have brought in a lady named Jan Lambert who has a big background in catering for run by hotels, and she's taking over that position, and so she's working with our caterer to work on improvement in the presentation, we're working on improvement in the food as well, and so we're going to be changing a lot of things, not just the dress. We're going to.
So you're just kind of going down the whole list. Here's what we're doing. Let's take a fresh look at everything in terms of what can we revamp.
As lovely Carol has said, we've got Stevie Wonder coming, and 2 or 3 years ago it would have been Frank Sinatra.
Right. Okay.
So that's the change. We know that those are, you might classify as olders. The ones that have been here a long time, they're going to love Stevie Wonder.
Sure.
And the younger people know who he is and will come to that too. So
yeah, and those artists coexisted at the same time. Frank was still putting out music during the Stevie Wonder and the Beatles era and all that kind of thing too. So it's not as though it's rarefied air for them. Well, who's the Stevie Wonder character?
I know.
And you mentioned the Beatles, and actually Stevie Wonder even wrote for the Beatles and Michael Jackson. I don't think many people know that.
No, I didn't know the Beatles, really. Okay, Michael Jackson.
Not many songs, but
Wow.
he did.
Very interesting, very interesting. And you guys have a January show coming up too, right?
We do. And we had a great Jimmy Buffett beach party. Party of all parties planned. But that had to be rescheduled. So, so one thing, all of the people who registered for January, we've moved all their registrations to the April 23rd event. So they need to just let us know if they can't do that. So coming
you have
up
the Lifetime
then,
Rocker Band coming in, right?
yes, coming up on January 23rd. I am so excited for this group because I love classic rock, it's soft rock, and this is what they do. They had a song list of about 500 in their repertoire.
Like a jukebox.
Exactly. With so many artists, all the artists we love. Oh, and if people love to dance, they will want to be here this evening because this band is our dance band and it's also our entertainment segment. So people can dance all night long and they will want to this music. I'm really excited about it.
And this will be kind of the first look at the revamped kind of the food and the dress code and everything. This will be kind of your rolling out of this?
Well, yes, and this is all possible because there are other clubs and other boards around that do a really good job. And many of the boards that I know have 4 or 5 really dynamic people that really take charge. When I joined and I went to the first meeting, I was in awe that this is a club where every single person on the board is dynamic. You don't have to tell them what to do, whether it's the publicity, whatever, they just take charge and they run with it, and it's really unusual and very exciting. And the other thing is when I was at the meeting, everybody had one thing in mind. What's the best thing we can do for the people who are members of our club?
Well,
it wasn't about egos, it wasn't about anything else.
That's a great place to start from, right?
Yeah.
Well, we've got the December show, we've got the January show. Folks can still get tickets to both. Thank you both very much for coming in from the California Club. I want to thank again Louie and Carol.
It's our pleasure.
you.
It's our pleasure.
Thanks a lot. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the Monday movie. Stay with us.